look at this big base, you can see it's pretty huge and it's been raided. Yeah, it was pretty impressive when I saw this. But if you look at this whole complete base, it's like one metal layer. The whole circumference of it, how huge it is, to the core is just one layer. With these rockets, they were able to blow this big hole. The rest just crashed down. Again here, the rockets they destroyed. Apparently there was stone here, I don't know why, but I wasn't smart. Here again I see metal and armored. I don't know what happened here. Did they blow it up and build it up again? I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. But even so, it's like one layer, two layers. So like 4C4, 4C4, or like in this case they used rockets. So I think it's like 7 or 8 rockets, 7 rockets, maybe some yeah, some explosive ammo. Here again, let's keep it 8. Like 16 rockets. Just keep it simple. And then here, yeah, maybe they did already. I don't know why there's no armored here. Maybe they repaired it with metal and for some reason. I don't know. But does make sense that it wouldn't be armored too, because there's armored. But let's say that would have been armored. But look at this door. This door is no more than 2C4 to go through. It's an armored door. You say, oh, armored wall, armored door. Just as strong, right? No. This is 2C4, this is 8C4. Big difference. So this whole area here, well, at least this wall, has no use, because it might as well be metal. Because metal is also 2C4. This door is 2C4. But also, like, the sides, well, maybe that's why this is metal. It's no use in having this armored. If there's a door here that's like an armored door, that's only 2C4. Again, foundations, it makes a big difference. So, assuming they might have more of these armored doors going in, I don't see the point of having this whole thing armored, which is 8C4, and then using doors that are only 2C4. I mean, they got drop boxes. Just use drop boxes and take things in and out with drop boxes. Then you get the 8C4 strength of these walls actually doing something. But of course, I mean, I know it's not like you can say, well, I just make this armored, so they got it. They cannot, so I can put my good loot in the back here, and then they have to go through all these doors before they are there. Sure. And I guess that's what these people are doing. But the thing is that what I'm doing is I use like one square of this. You can just have one foundation, 4 walls, and one roof. That's the same strength as all of this. Because let's say here in the back they put like their loot in this area. Yeah. Once they concentrate, they can go here to the back here, put some C4 here, boom, run away, boom, boom, and they're in. Now they have to guess where the main loot could be here, could be here, could be here. But the fact that the door is there makes sense that there's some like maze where you have to go through several doors to get to the main loot, which is in the back. So might as well start like this, blowing up the back. But then of course you have to do 8C4 each time, which can be expensive because yeah, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, could be here, could be here. So this kind of like, this is what I'm saying, like of course you're gonna go through the doors, there are only 2C4. But my design is making use of this armored 8C4. I mean, look at how much armored walls there are here. And basically, this is a lot of high qual, each day, a lot of high qual to gather, to use. So if you do like a one by one block, you would have the 8C and no doors. You would have the 8C4 to get into that loot room, you know, like a bunker. Now if you would like separate, like you could have a bunker here, separate some metal, have a bunker here, have a bunker in this corner, have a bunker, you separate this, this could be metal, this could be like a bunker again from, they could have had like 4 bunkers, maybe they have, maybe they've done that, but look, they've done it on top too, so it's a lot of waste of like high qual. Like if they would have like skipped one metal and one higher and put high qual there and made like 1x1 loot rooms with no doors, with drop boxes, sleeping bags, then they could have like it would have had like 8 C4 loot rooms. Now I think that it's probably more than what they had now, and that's kind of what my design has. It's not as big as this, but it's pretty much it's maybe even better, because my design right now, and I probably might upgrade it to 6 or 7 or more, but it has like these loot rooms and then like one metal layer around it, but each loot room has a metal layer, so if I have like 5 loot rooms, I also have 5 layers of metal around it, so instead of going to 2 metal layers, they have to go through 5 metal layers to get to each loot room, because they're all separated. You cannot just blow up one outer wall and then the second outer wall, and then you get all access to all the loot rooms. Even if these guys would have been smart and would have used like the system where I talk about and had like 4 loot rooms, which, and I have 5, yeah, I'm saying it, 4 on the bottom and maybe 4 on the top, with all the high quality they had and the size of this base, they could have like 8. So that's still pretty good. That would have been really good, 8 loot rooms. But that's not what I'm seeing here. I mean, this might still be hard to get through everything and stuff, but yeah, with the rocket you can just blow out this corner and blow the whole area out. So it doesn't really matter if you have like 1 armored wall or 4 armored walls, because look at this area. This probably was armored at some time, and they just blew this center, and all 4 walls just came tumbling down with like 15 rockets, you know. So these 4 walls were 15 rockets, while my loot rooms that are 1x1s are also 15 rockets. And for the price of, let's say, 4 walls, I have 4 loot rooms, and they had only like 1. They could just were able to blow through all of them because they were all adjacent. Here, 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 here. If the thing would have separated, 1 here, metal, armored, metal, 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 armored, metal, armored, then boom. They couldn't, then the rockets would not have affected the other armored layers. Now it would have been easier to get through to that, but it's already exposed, so I don't know. It's anyway. So like I have like 5 loot rooms, and they each has 1 layer. So this base had only like 2 layers, and look at how much metal for each layer. Look at this. Look at this. This is all metal for 1 layer. Actually, for like 4C4 or like 7 or 8 rockets, you can get through this. And then look at this. For 4C4 or 7 rockets, you can just get through all of this. Now I'm gonna show my design, and if you think about it in that way, the efficiency, yeah, maybe I'm just should kill myself, be a bit faster. The efficiency. So here I have like my TC room, I have a furnace room, I have a gunpowder room, I have an extra base, loot rooms. So I have like 5 rooms, Okay. Okay, you see here armored. So this is, but if they rocket this, there would be, I mean, this, if you rocket this, there would be very little splash damage on this one. Maybe a few percent, like 10-20%. When you rocket this, it would be going onto this, but it's not significant, as if they were next to each other, where you would blow like four of them all together. Well, let me show the inside first before I go outside. So, metal in between, another metal. So I don't put the loot rooms next to each other. Then there's a loot room. Again, well, this is metal because this was a bit of a mistake of mine. But yeah, still metal. It's still 4C4 to get in here. Probably not gonna armor that. Maybe I will if I have enough. Okay, this is an armored loot room. So eventually I'm gonna have like probably, yeah, I will armor this at one point. So I will have 5 armored loot rooms. Because this, the top here, this is not a loot room. So if they blow through this, this would be honeycomb. So only this is armored. So I would have to armor this. So that will be okay with this. HC4, 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 or like 15 rockets each, because there would be a little bit of could be some splash damage if you rocket like one of these. This is not gonna do any. This is just like nothing. No splash damage, nothing. This is just like pure 15 rockets. So, and then I have like metal honeycomb all around it. So I'm going to show you that. So you can see that although I have also quite a lot of armor, not as much as those guys had. This is like every armor is actually an armored loot room, which they need to use like 15 rockets to get into. Okay, so you see this thing sticking out. That's because it's just the honeycombing of the armored loot rooms, and this is the honeycombing of that armored loot room. So totally 5 loot rooms. If I want to expand later on, if I'm getting worried that it might not be enough, I can just make this. That's why there's not this is not even upgraded, because I might just need a square here, and I don't know if this is gonna be a problem. I could like decay this base. It's just my furnace base. See, Van Fagel, he's using that. So, but yeah, if I would really want to expand, or I could just maybe, I think I can still build here. Yeah, I can build here. Maybe I could expand on the left side and just go around this thing. So I could put a loot room here, or I can even make a U-turn here, a U-turn there, whatever. I can just expand. But the main thing is, like if you've seen my other videos on my other design, I had basically 2 armored loot rooms. And one of the problems I had was I was using triangles, which were cheaper than like the squares I'm using now, but it was limiting to, let's say, I could never put in more honeycomb around it, because it wouldn't fit. This I could do a whole, like already on top. You see I have some things on top. I could like honeycomb the sides. This stone is like extra honeycomb for the side for the thing. I could honeycomb this. I could use a whole extra layer, like around, whole layer of honeycombing for that TC room. And then I could have here for this loot room, I could have another whole layer. For this loot room, I could have another loot room, another layer of honeycombing. Now that would affect certain things. Probably would have to make this a bit longer then. So I could have, if I want, not just one layer of not just one honeycombing for each loot room, but a second one. Basically, this would be like that other big base times 5, because each loot room would have like 2 layers, like that big base had 2 layers for their big loot room. Now of course their loot room, like, I don't know if it's gonna be all just like armored doors, if 2C4. I mean, if you if you go through like four doors, yeah, then you would have to. It's the same as going through one armored wall. So, yeah, it's let's say like 2 armored walls. It would be like already like um, 8 doors. Am I saying it right? Yeah, like 8 doors. So can you imagine that going through 8 doors in that big thing there, that big base? You would get very far going through, and then you would have only gone through 2 armored walls of my 5. So even though my base is so much cheaper, it is probably stronger, or at least as strong. Yeah, it's probably stronger, more effective as their base. I mean, their base is really big, but you see how easy it was for them to go. I mean, they had like 2 layers of metal around there, like armored, right? This is 1 layer, but if you go through this, yeah, sure, you can go through the loot room behind it, but only that one. So you always also need to go through this one to get to that loot room, and you need to get to this one to get to that loot room, and you need to get to this one to that loot room, and you need to get to this one to that loot room. So where there they only had to go through 2 layers, here you have to go through 5 layers of honeycombing to get to the loot rooms, because they are separated, and they each have their own personal honeycombing. Where that big armored center that they had had 2 layers of honeycombing for the whole thing, the whole armored loot room. You know, they had one big huge loot room, or like internal base, but they could only, it was so much metal to give that 2 layers. Well, here I was able to get like 5 layers. This is already 5 layers, and I haven't done the extra layer that I was planning to do. This is just the basics. So already they have to go through 5 layers here, where there they only had to go to 2 layers, and you can see that this is a lot less metal than what they had in their big base. And then yeah, like I said, like let's say they at the halfway the wipe, or near the end of the wipe, maybe if I will get all my loot rooms armored and stuff, that's like 5 times 8 you have to go through. So, and you cannot do splash damage, a little bit, but you cannot just like, because they're not adjacent. You have to, probably better to use C4. Well, they probably would use rockets or whatever you can use. It doesn't really matter what you use, but it's they probably go through the center with rockets or something, or through the roof. But I probably have to do something with the roof, because they love to go through the roof. But because the roof has more areas to hit, you know, because although I don't think with this it doesn't matter that much at the moment. Okay, so you can see that this base is cheaper, but probably quite a bit stronger already than that other base. Now, it doesn't mean that they didn't raid my base, but raid their base because mine is stronger. They might just think that. I think that they realize that this is not like a big clan. I mean, if you see a big base like that is like so big, and you just know that these people are harvesting a lot. They like probably have lots of silver, and then they probably realized that it was like only 2 layers in the, you know, what I just explained. And if they look at my design, if they're like good raiders, and I mean they have to be good raiders to have enough silver to even think about raiding this. Now, sometimes they're not so smart, and they think, oh, just a few doors, and they seem like my front double door, and maybe they think, oh, we will go through some doors. But I mean, they're probably gonna think, well, why are these things sticking out? There's honeycomb there. What's going on there? So um, yeah, last wipe, the whole wipe until the last day wasn't rated, and that was my previous design, and that was like that only like two honeycomb wood rooms, and now I'm probably gonna try and do an extra layer of honeycomb. So that will be interesting to see, and then it's going to be even bigger. So these five, and with the armored fronts, that would be, and if it's a bit longer also, yeah, I think that would be really worth it to make it extra strong. And that's like the max probably that I would go for now for like because it's gonna, oh man, it's already like 5k metal a day, more than 5k for this. So yeah, that's a lot of metal. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Yeah, I hope you loved it, and yeah, leave me a like, comment, and yes, bye bye.